Hello everybody. I am here in my dressing gown, as is the tradition, although not a great tradition anymore, or never really a great tradition, but a tradition which I am invoking right now because it's a weekend and I'm wearing a dressing gown. So we will have to live with that. So I've got a couple of things I'm confused about. I'm trying to remember what they are now. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to do. Hold on, just give me one moment. I need to get the music started. It'd be easy. Yep. Okay. So I was struggling to decide what I wanted to do with this. In fact, I still don't know what I want to do. I'm thinking I quite like the idea of a moorland. I started trying to put bushes and things on top of the rocky areas, but that wasn't really working. And I realized it's probably because the bushes should probably be on the grassy areas rather than the rocky ones. So maybe that's what we'll do instead. Oh, what happened there? Oh, it was blob brush, or splatter brush, I think. So what we are going to try and do, I think, is exactly that. I know there's a cave hiding under here, so let's see if we can liberate that cave a little bit. Oh, it's actually already kind of free. Good enough. It's still there, anyway. That's all I was kind of concerned about. What's going on there? My middle mouse button is not cooperating. Yeah, I have the world edit CUI. You will probably see it in the game. So I think what I'm going to do actually is let's have a go and see if we can put some bushes in. So spruce leaves are definitely the right thing, definitely the ones I want. I'm just going to kind of scatter around a little bit. Particularly target kind of little corners a bit. So this bush, this heather bush, I was doing a little bit of research yesterday. It's very unique. It's not, well, it's not very unique, but it's not super common around the world. Particularly in the north of England, we have quite a lot of this stuff, this heather. In fact, I think it is the largest expanse of heather moorland in the entire world, which is it's just this one plant, basically heather, which takes up a lot of space. Like, it's everywhere. Miles and miles and miles of it. The hotbar, actually, this, I think it's a default Minecraft feature, as far as I'm aware. So it's X1 and X2 will swap between the hotbars, and C1, C2, C3 will save them. I'm pretty sure it's default Minecraft, because I think I've had it since I came back. So I'm pretty sure that's just default. You should be able to do that. Maybe it's a newer version of Minecraft if you're not running the newest. Maybe you don't have that, but... So moorland is notable because it is extremely bleak and almost no plants can grow there. Partly because of the fact that it's very open, very windy. Big plants tend to be destroyed by the wind, and additionally, it's heavily grazed. I mean, this may be because it's not really a natural landscape. It's quite kind of farmed. So it's quite heavily grazed by grouse, which is a kind of bird. So I'll write it out for you. X1, X and 1 will load the first hotbar. C and 1 will save it. That's what I'm doing at the moment. So, just gonna kind of bushify a little bit more. Oh gosh, I'm not sure what's happening here. Excuse me for one moment, I'm going to see if I can reduce the amount of overhead here, because I am definitely getting a lot of kind of spikes, which I don't want. So I'm just closing down a few background processes, maybe causing me some problems. Yeah, okay. That's as many as I can kind of see to get rid of. So heather doesn't get very high. It doesn't grow very high at all, really. Kind of up to maybe a meter tall. I think steampunk's okay. I think it's a bit overexplored, actually. Like, I think there are more kind of interesting aesthetics in the world than steampunk. And yeah, I don't mind steampunk. I just think it's a bit cliche. That's my main gripe with steampunk. I tend to try and avoid it a little bit. I mean, I know Minecraft is pretty good for expressing kind of the steampunk thing, but yeah, not my favourite kind of aesthetic. Yeah, this is working a lot better. This kind of bushy thing. Also, I would like to make a correction. I don't know if anybody who was watching yesterday is listening today, but I described limestone, granite scenery as karst, and that is completely untrue. I was getting confused. The moors in the north in the north of England, that is, have karst scenery, but karst is limestone, not granite. It's in the south. The moors are having it is granite scenery, but it is not karst scenery. So just to clarify that one small point, I'm sure nobody really cares, but don't like being totally wrong about things. So I'm looking around and I'm kind of trying to target anywhere that looks like it would be kind of a nice kind of spot out of the wind for these bushes. I've always worked alone so far. I briefly tried to work with a team from my server, but it was like herding cats. It was very difficult. I mean, it's the first time that team had worked together, so it wasn't a particularly good team, I suppose. But yeah, I like having the creative control, really. It's I don't want to step on other people's toes, but I also like to do things my way. So that means I pretty much have to work alone, unless people aren't willing to just let you push them around and build over their builds. I generally find, which is perfectly reasonable. I wouldn't want anyone to overbuild to like build through my builds. So it's probably best this way. Okay. No, I work alone usually is my answer to that question. Let's get a little bit over in here. So I may also go for some kind of ferns. Obviously we could fit some down there, but it's not really appropriate right now because we haven't finished that area, so it'd be a bit early to be doing something like that. But actually, one thing I can do here is kind of develop the shape of the bushes a little bit. So elsewhere it's difficult, but I think that's probably the right thing to do, to not have it kind of falling down. Because this is like a bush, like that is probably what a heather bush would look like in Minecraft. Like that's probably the best approximation. It's just a small little bush with kind of pine needles. Let's bring it up here a little. Yeah, this is my server, private server. It's just me and the camera. I'm going to put a few on these rocky areas, but they shouldn't really have much in the way of foliage on them, because they are very rocky. I'm trying not to I'm trying not to keep things in these like very bunched clumps, but I'm really struggling to break that up. I'm not sure how to do that. So I mean, I want to have more kind of like this, but tricky. Well, I guess I'll just kind of try to stick with that. So I'm gonna try maybe keep them into kind of like 1s and 2s as I'm placing them. That might help a little. So let's do that actually, just kind of 1s and 2s around the place instead of these bigger bushes. Yes. Oh, my comments are gone. Need a solution for the comments. Hold on. Excuse me for one moment. I'm just going to see if I can get my phone to stop locking. I think it's fine. I'll just keep an eye and make sure it doesn't lock again. Or try to anyway. So yeah, I think this looks a bit better actually. So what I'm going to do is punch back a couple of these just to try and kind of put some holes in them. Yeah, it looks a lot better actually. Okay, so definitely more room down here. Let's get rid of one of these, and that one maybe, put that and that. 1, 2, 2. What's going on? Well, that is. Sorry, I just I've got so many. I've made so many changes to the stream setup recently that I'm still kind of figuring everything out. Certainly, I need to figure out more how to get the frame rate up, because the frame rate is quite low. I don't know if you can see that over the stream, and maybe it's fine on the stream. A little bit maybe sticking in here. Hello, Such Baklava, how are you? We can definitely fit a couple in there, I think. There. I don't like this how it is at the moment, so I'm actually going to just plug that a little bit. I don't like it kind of sticking out. So I'm literally just kind of running around now and Trying to sprinkle a little bit of yeah, these heather bushes around the place. Anywhere where it looks like I've decided the wind is coming down, apparently, so that's where it doesn't actually make sense for the wind to be coming down at all, does it? The wind should probably be going up, but whatever. Hello, Simone. Simeon? So I could fit maybe some more in here. Yes, yes. Okay. So I think that's picked up a lot in terms of the way this looks now. So we could put some trees in. They would have to be kind of small, stunted trees, which is not a good thing in Minecraft, I think. I mean, I tried to build a giant heather bush over here. And what I ended up with was not a great result. It looks kind of bad. Put a few in here, I think. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this area. I'm thinking perhaps I could just leave it bare, as ugly as that is, but it can. I think if I were to build even more of this area all the way around, it could look quite cool, perhaps. Although I don't know, maybe I shouldn't just leave it. I think I need to build something on it, but I don't really know what. Maybe I could build some kind of some kind of big stones or something could be cool, maybe. What does it need? What does it need, huh? I mean, from this angle, it looks good, actually. Almost like it doesn't need anything, because we've already got kind of the stuff in the background there. Since I'm not getting inspired on this at all, I think I'm going to leave it. And what I'm going to do instead is focus on the ravine here. So, what I'm going to do is take out the sponge pillars. So, brush, sphere, air, 10, mask, sponge, and boom, we can get rid of these. I should use a bigger sphere, shouldn't I? Alright. Let me just wipe out these guys. What is 1.5? I might have to have a look at what 1.5 is. Is that granite? Andesite. So, I need to blend this in, but again, that's not been done quite yet. But it's off the time-lapse camera at the moment, so I'm not going to do that right now. What I am going to do is take, we're going to use an erode brush. We're going to use a lift brush. I'm going to set the size fairly small. And we're going to just push around here and I'm going to take anywhere that doesn't look like it's quite right. You know, we'll start on one side only. Anywhere that's kind of sticking out a bit, I'm just going to push back. And in this way we can create a little bit more of a varied shape rather than just kind of sphere damage. There's been some bad shots there. Make sure I'm waiting for it to actually go through. Need to remember that World Edit and Voxel Sniper behave differently. In that World Edit will queue up the command at the block that you select, and Voxel Sniper will queue up the command and then execute it where you are aiming at the time that the command is executed, which means if I shoot it at one place and then turn my camera, I will hit wherever I'm looking at the time when the command actually goes through, which is kind of a bad feature. Well, I guess it's not a feature, but I should just start at this end actually, shouldn't I? We'll do the same on this side. Well, this side looks pretty good already. Yeah, so this side already looks pretty good. We'll do the same technique as I've done everywhere else with the blob brush to vary it up a little bit. And this spot definitely needs a little bit of work. Take out this one. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to do a blob brush BBB, and we're going to use the stone voxel, and we're just going to whack that on. Oh, blend ball that is. Splatter ball, not blob. That's right. And we use a B5 maybe. Yes. So I'm just gonna run along here. Yeah, it's pretty good overall, Voxel Sniper. It's got a lot of useful tools in it. I would say it is not the be-all and end-all. You hear, or at least I used to hear when I was doing the Minecrafts over time, people would talk about Voxel Snipers. It was like, you know, some kind of freaking magic that would solve everybody's problems. And while it is very useful, it is not going to build the structure for you. You still got to build it. And there are still other useful tools than just Voxel Sniper. So we're going to keep just blobbing all over here, and then we're going to move in. So let's do that now. Come in with a smooth brush. Oops. This is going to cause a mess, actually. Oh well, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with that mess later. Oh, we're creating quite interesting shapes here, actually. Not really what I had in mind. I won't be doing it on the other side, but I think this can perhaps feed into whatever's going to be on the other side of the river here, which is as yet undecided. Gosh, wow. This was really destructive, actually. I'm surprised at quite how much damage this blob splatterball did. I'm going to have to come back and just be a little bit more careful, I think. Just to get rid of all of these floaters. Maybe a blend ball is an interesting idea. Let's try a blend ball and see what happens. Okay, well that didn't do much. Maybe blend ball is the right move here. Yeah, let's use the blend ball just to try it out, because we haven't really tried any full-on landscape made with it. Yeah, it's tricky to... I mean, it's tricky to learn at the best of times. You could probably learn a thing or two on this stream, I don't know, maybe. I don't claim to be like an expert, but some people are learning things, I think. I hope so. Well, there we go. So that's created quite an interesting shape. I don't think I like it. It's reminding me of kind of a sea cliff, like super rough. So yeah, I don't really like it. So I'm going to use the blend brush again, which is going to probably create an incredibly smooth structure. Not really what I had in mind, but you know, I'm easy. I like to work with what kind of happens. You can create a lot more interesting builds that way, I think, than having a very fixed idea of what you want. Oh yeah, this is actually coming out quite okay now. Need it one more time there. Yes. Again, I think. Here. Yes, yes. Cool, cool. Alrighty, that's created kind of a nice, smooth structure there. I'm not going to do the same on the other side. We're going to have a disconnect here, which is fine. I'm going to let that be. Now, what exactly else can I be doing here? I'm still not getting any inspiration on the big section here, so I don't really know what to do about it. Maybe I can start to build out this way a little. How I'm going to do that? I don't know. I'm thinking I might try some new technique, some very large scale technique. We could try going for something kind of big and flat over here. Maybe... we would take, say, here, and fly way out. This will be kind of a testing area for me. So if we just set that to stone. Hello, Swedish Gamer. How are you today? Get rid of that selection there. And now I'm just going to try some huge brushes on here. So, in fact, what I'm going to try... let's get the blob brush. The splatter ball. We'll do a G2000. No, I've never built for anybody at all, to be honest. I built for my own servers when I had one, but never, I've never built for anybody else. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm basically just going to try and make a kind of gentle rolling slope here. And this is more a test than anything else. We'll see what happens. Test out some new techniques. And let's come in here, and we'll bring a slope slightly up at this point. We'll see how this comes out, because I don't know what's going to happen here. This is not a technique I've tried before. My idea is going to be to use the blend ball on this to try and kind of flatten it down, to create quite an interesting shape as well. I don't think it'll work. I suspect it won't work, but we will find out what we get, which could work. We could be able to make something out of what we get, even if it's not the kind of gently rolling slope that I'm imagining. Hi. Okay. So, let's take a blob brush, blend ball. Sorry, not blob brush. And let's just whack. We're just gonna whack away and see if we can create something of interest. I suspect what we're gonna end up with is a pile of rocks on a rocky surface, but maybe not. We are creating something, for sure. And it is not pretty. Gosh, it is extremely rugged. Although maybe we can work with that. Maybe we can make something with a like super rocky landscape. I'm trying to think how exactly we could make this work. This would be a little bit like what we got on the other side, except for kind of just a lot more rocky at the moment. So let's keep hammering away and we'll see what the result is. Alright, here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to take a smooth brush of gigantic size, like absolutely tremendously large, and just whack. And the same over here, we just whack. And one over there, I think should do it. Well, there we go. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Well, that kind of worked, actually. Get rid of all the rest of the floaters. And we'll smooth out what we have got. Oh, that's cool. I live in London too. Or near London. It's not actually in London, but I live near to London. So this actually looks surprisingly similar to what we created on the other side. Not quite the same, but yeah, surprisingly similar. So I want to cheat. I want to create a slope. Maybe? Do I? Maybe I don't. Whoops, let's undo that. I wanted to do a lift brush. Let's try a gigantic lift brush on this whole scene. I shouldn't have done it there. I don't know why I did it there. I wanted to do it at the back here. So we will just lift this whole thing up. With the intent of creating kind of a more interesting shape. Yeah, I think we can work with this actually. Just kind of pull the giant like rocky landscape out of nowhere, which is cool. I'm thinking we could do kind of again a kind of a rough terrain, but with small trees. That's cool. It's good to hear. It's nice to teach people, to know that I'm teaching people kind of new tricks. I try to generally actually come up with, mostly I try to devise my own techniques, so it's possible I'm coming up with some things that other people, that you probably don't see very much elsewhere. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't want to sound super self-satisfied, but yeah, I would like to think that some of my techniques are quite novel, so you could possibly learn some cool stuff here. So, do I want to keep working on this, or should I just nuke it? I mean, I could build something like this kind of the whole way around. And I think we're nearly ready to start actually working. Maybe what I can do actually. Well, let's do some grass in here. That's what I'm gonna do next, so we can see what kind of a different thing we're gonna get here. I'm gonna put the grass on top. So let's just do that. We'll just do a brush overlay. We'll do a D1, just a very thin layer of grass on top. Oh, nice. Yes. Yeah, maybe one more. That one. And yeah, I think that works. So there we go. We created quite a rocky landscape. That was pretty easy, and I mean, obviously, it's still got a lot of work to go on it. But I'm digging this a little bit more. I'm thinking we can go for some trees in here. And maybe we can think about where we could place some structures. Maybe we could go for a big tree. Maybe we should go for a big twisted tree here. That could be cool, actually. In fact, maybe that's what we need here. Like a huge gnarled twist. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what we need. So on here, perhaps, gigantic tree with all kind of twisted branches. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. In fact, I might do it slightly away from the build, just so that we can avoid damaging the build if we change our mind. I take +2 here and I do a copy. I come, let's just go, I don't know, over here. And we'll do paste here. Oops. Oh, it's fine actually. That's probably not enough of it actually. Whoops. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to build it in place. I'm not that worried. So, wood. We'll do acacia wood to make it look dead. It's 1620. Well, actually, we'll use a grey wool for now, I think. It's annoying. I might need to send my keyboard back because it's not working quite as I intended. Let's use a light grey concrete. And maybe we can change that later. We might not need to, but... so that's 2518. Brush. Sphere. 2518. And... going for a sphere size... Let's start with size 4. Oh, what happened there? Something weird. I don't know why that didn't work. Maybe it's got a weird mask. Aha, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna have to decline on the much as I would like to see your stuff. Maybe I can get a fan like email, and you can send stuff through to there. Or I do have a Facebook page. If you want to post on the Facebook page, you can post your pictures of your build on there. Just I'm trying to keep from. Oh, hi! Thank you for the subscription. Whoever did that one. I don't actually have a way of seeing. I've got quite a bad setup in terms of being able to see who's subscribed, so thank you anyway. Maybe I should take a reference image here before I mess this up completely. So I'm going to go for a smaller one now. We'll go for 2.5. I'm going to bring this one out. We'll bring these guys up as well. Maybe over this way. And over this way too. And now we'll use a size 2. And I'm gonna kind of break this one in two. So we'll do a few on here. And a couple over here. And we will send a couple over this way. And I'm trying to get it, I want it to look like it's windswept, so it's going to be leaning to this in this direction. But I'm not a master of trees quite yet, so we will see what we end up with. It may not be quite what I had intended, but that's okay. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. All that really matters is that we keep building, because this is how we can learn and to make up from our mistakes. It's looking quite okay already, actually. So let's go for a 1.5 brush now, so smaller again. And I'm going to do the same technique again, so I'm going to split all of these branches into two. And just put a few kind of extensions on. So let's come out this way. I'm sure there must be a construction toy that looks just like this particular sphere. A little bit down here. And we'll do the same over here. And we'll bring this one up this way. And we'll bring this one out too. Down this way. Cool, cool. And bringing kind of up here. And out this way. Bring that down a little. And we'll come out this way. Over here too. What we got now? Yeah, that's cool. So we're going for a smaller one now, and we're going to do the same again. I'm going to split these even more. Hi, how are you today? Gex Pogo. A little late. It's okay though. I don't mind. You missed a couple of things. We put some bushes in, and what else did we do? We built I built a little bit of a landscape over here. This just real quick, just for a little bit of experimenting. Came out okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or whether to delete it maybe. And now I've decided to go with a very large dead tree for this area. Nice. So it's going to keep building over this way. Bring some down as well. Moment, this is starting to look a little bit messy, so this will probably be the last kind of major structural branches that I had. After which we're going to just be going kind of for like little cosmetic tweaks essentially. And let's see here. A wildfire. That's not too common in Denmark, is it? Was it because it was so hot? And let's bring out a couple over here. And trying to have kind of the emphasis on leaning over this way since it's supposed to be kind of a windy situation here. And we'll come over here and up a little. That's nice. And gosh, there's still so much to do. I think this is a bad material to have chosen. It's kind of hard to see what's going on. I can recolor it though, and I guess I will. I was thinking acacia wood might be the best one for it, as I said before. Nice. I'll bring some down here. And up this way. This has got a lot of branches on it for a dead tree. This has got more branches than the live trees. Wow, that's a lot of smoke, I guess. When I was travelling through New Zealand, there were some wildfires, and the smoke was travelling for a long way then as well. It blew across kind of all of the non-fire areas. Okay, so that's a thing. Yeah, it looks kind of like a tree at this point, which is good because it's not anywhere near finished yet. So what I'm going to do here is just bulk out the base a little bit. And let's get some roots. I want roots kind of running all over the place, really. So these are just basically placeholder roots until I can get in there and do them a little bit better by hand. Let's see here, we get some in here. That sounds exciting, if nothing else. I'm assuming nothing important for you was burned, so excitement maybe. I hope nobody was hurt. Although I guess probably not in a modern country like Denmark, I shouldn't think. Yeah, we haven't heard anything about the weather in Scandinavia at all, to be honest. It hasn't been in the news or anything. I suppose it's kind of surprising. Alrighty, so we got some basic roots in there now. Excuse me, I'm just going to grab some more water. This water tastes bad for some reason, I don't know why. So I'm just going to back up so you guys can kind of see what's going on. I'm going to be right back in just one moment. Oh, the king's birthday. Are you invited? Okay, let's see here. Here, bud. Okay. So, we got the basics down. It's time now to get in there and get punching, I think. Maybe I can... yeah, I guess start at the bottom. Probably the best move. Cool. I'll have a look at them. I'll look at them later when I finish the stream and probably see them. I actually got a lot of. I don't know if you guys could hear it. My phone was vibrating, so every time you sent a message, it was vibrating. So I've got loads of messages. Alrighty. Actually, I'm gonna recolor this because it's kind of ugly. And it's kind of difficult to see what's going on. It blends in with the grey. I'm just going to change it to brown, maybe brown concrete. +2, and we got, what is that? 258. Let's have a look at what we've got from. Interesting. I didn't realise that was a feature. Kind of cool. Whatever, let's change it to, let's just change it to wood and we can change it better later. So 162. Not set. Replace 251. Replace 251, 162. There we go. And I'll just kind of use this however, and then we can kind of change it to bark blocks later. See, I'm not sure I like that at all. Gosh. Alright, well, we'll see how we go. Yeah, this is making it even harder to see actually, because yeah, I just can't tell obviously exactly how it's going to look because we're getting the edges of the blocks showing. Oh well, it's okay. We can deal. So, there's a route there. Ah, hello, Dimitri. How are you today? I'm just doing just fine. As always. Cool, cool. So, let's kind of chunk out a little bit down here. Chunking out. So I'm going to try and shape this, make a little bit of a kind of cooler, kind of twisted look to it. We can kind of bring in over here. Oh goodness. It is going to be a little tricky. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to take a lift brush. I'm going to go for a size, keep it fairly small. So what I'm going to do with this is try and shape a little bit the branches to make them look a little bit more branch-like. And it also conveniently adds a little bit of, it's not randomness, but it's a little bit of roughness, which is cool. Whoa, that was a lot more than I intended, but fine. Okay, that was way more than I intended. What is going on? This is such a powerful... I feel like it's not normally this powerful. Let's make it a little smaller. Maybe just target a little bit more precisely. Let's see if we can take a little bit off there. Yeah, cool. Probably going to need some work, but we'll deal with that later. Let's take off the end of there. We can take a little bit out there. Whoa, too much. Well, we can repair that later, I guess. Yeah, so these little branches will only take one hit, really. Try to make sure we only give them one hit. Take out that one. Trying to separate them a little bit as best I can. And try. What is this? This bulky bit here doesn't look right. So I just take that out a little bit. Yes, yes. And take out that bit maybe. And this corner here. Yeah, better. Whoa, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's take out that, and let's do, can we do a little lift? The lift appropriate here? Little lift in there. So this is kind of looking wrong now, so let's just push that back a little bit. We're kind of making it a little bit thin at the base now. That's okay though. Let's come through here and up a little, and we'll make a little split there. Just taking off a bit of this bulk really is all I'm trying to do. Maybe there's a better tool to use than the sphere tool to do this in the first place, or maybe I should just have used smaller branches to begin with. But I feel like this is a good technique because it does create kind of an interesting shape. So that's cool. Here, push back there. And there. Go over here. Yeah, cool. There. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it looks okay. I think I'm getting closer to what a tree really looks like. We didn't transform a bit over here, but that's okay, I think. Not too much of a biggie. No biggie. Hit that bit. Here. There. Got a lot of bulk on this tree. A lot to kind of... Yeah. A lot to work with. So, just trying to trim down a lot of that bulk. These branches are just ludicrously thick. Let's see if we can take the corner off here as well. Make it a little bit smoother. And this is tremendously bulky, so let's take this off. And here, that off. What else have we got going on here? Push back in there, and down there, and there. Yeah. Nice. Oh, gosh. My neck. Okay, yeah, we're starting to really kind of thin it out, which is what we need. We don't want a gigantic, robust and healthy looking super tree here. It should be kind of nice and craggy looking. I mean, no trees look like kind of made out of spheres anyway, so... But particularly not this one. Whoops, that was a miss. I'm back. Okay, so we can keep these tools here, and we'll also take a wood. So let's go in here. Let's take off the corner here. Nice. And let's go with a little bit of block placement. You know what, maybe I'll change the color again. Kind of don't like that it's kind of tricky to place the blocks, so I'm actually going to change the color again real quick. I'm going to change it to wool, I think. Grey wool or some other kind of wool maybe. So what is this? Replace 162. 162, 35. Let's just do 35, why not? So we can kind of see what we're doing. And as I say, not have to worry about the orientation of the block so much. Oh, this is a lot easier to see actually now. And then we can just, at the end of it, we can just kind of swap it back into acacia bark blocks. So let's see here. Kind of trying to bring in these kind of twisted shapes, so following a shape up and then trying to kind of blend it in so that we maintain kind of cohesive shapes instead of just kind of random cragginess. Again, let's try and blend this one in a little bit, make it twist too. Blend that into that one. See if we can just kind of take a little bit off here to kind of improve the suggestion of that blend. We see it going down there now. Yes. And yeah, that works, I think. So I'm actually going to take out this a little, and let's see if we can get kind of a little bit of bulking out here, because we're supposed to be having a root going in here, so let's try and let's blend it into that one first off. Actually, let's bring this down a little rather than take it off. Good night! Or, well, yeah, good night. It's good morning here, but good night to you. Have a good sleep or good evening, whatever it is that you're going to do. Let's see here. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let's leave the bottom for now and start to move up. Let's hit this branch next. So first off, let's try and make sure it's kind of merged in nicely. And that end, kind of need to take off this corner. It's too sharp, but not be sure how to do that. Well, I guess that works actually. Yeah, that can work. So yes, that works. May need to take a little bit out up here because it's kind of heavy still. What I'm going to do actually is, since here we've got this kind of divide, I'm going to kind of stretch that out, stretch down that kind of depression in the surface. Bye bye! So let's bring this one kind of down here a little bit. Get this kind of depression worked through. And go through there. Yeah. And let's try through here, working through a little bit of a depression in the surface as well. Joins up there. And smooth that in a little bit. So we'll take these guys off. Yes. And we'll take this edge off a little. So let's bring up here. Just gonna take up here, gonna take the corners off there. Take that corner off as well. Still quite a chunky branch, so I'm just gonna try undercut that a little bit, narrow it down a little. Kind of, we're having a little bit of trouble trying to blend in this, both the depression from the middle and the kind of growth from the side here. It's okay though. Let's keep narrowing the branch, I think. No! The robot heard me somehow. I just don't know what that was. That's Amazon's robot. It does sometimes just chime in when I did not want it to. Cool. It's a cool thing, but just sometimes activates when it shouldn't. here. Through there. Goodness, this is going to take a little while, I think. Such a big tree, and it's going to be exposed as well. It's not as if I can even kind of cover it with anything. I cover it with leaves. It's going to be kind of fully exposed, so... Alright, we're up to the branches, the branch tips for the first time, and really I want them to be a bit more gnarled and less chunky as they are now. So something like this maybe. Bring that in and down. Really narrow these guys off a little. Basically sculpting from the giant blob of kind of clay that I put out. You can call it clay. Giant block of concrete clay. Yes, let's take that out. Yeah, better. I think. Merge a little bit in here, I think. And take a little bit out there. Down here. Yes. Something like that, perhaps. That I think. Don't want to overdo the same kind of shape over and over again. Put a little in here. Gosh, this will take a while. It's got to be worth it though. The hand. You can't really beat the handwork through organic structures. You're never going to get the level of, especially on something like a tree, you're never going to get the level of detail that you need from a... Actually, that's totally untrue. I imagine there will be some... It's possible to write a nice program that would do this, but... presently they don't exist. That's how I should word it. There's a bit of a rough branch up there. Nice. Oh, that looks great. Yeah, even if I say so myself, I really do like that. I'm going to take a little bit off here just to make it a little bit rounder. Thin it out even more. Yeah, so if we can just have all of the branches look like that, we'll be quids in, I think. Let's see here. A little bit out of here, move that in a bit. Right, let's try and bulk out the bottom a little and have it come out a little bit more of an angle, so we'll take the top off here. Still take out more even. Sorry, excuse me. Alrighty, so take out a little bit there. It's going to give us more on the bottom. Still too chunky. Still too chunky. Just that one block, is that it? No, it's definitely not it. Let's take out another layer. Let's bring out this section, take out that, go to. Even take out a little here just to blend that. Yeah, I think that's working a little better. Maybe we need to book that a little more. Yeah, I think that's working. Let's take the corner off here. It's making it look a bit weird. And let's take the corners off down here a little as well. Oh, I do not have my mute option. Excuse me for one moment. Well, actually, I guess I couldn't. So let's keep working up here. And I need to replace these guys. Let me just real quick just go over here. 162 is it? You can't search like that. 162. 162.35. Hello, Ruges. I'm just trying to swap over to get to my chat moderation so I can get rid of our friend there. Hi. How do I get rid? Remove. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Hi both, David and Ruges. I'm working on a tree here. Oh gosh, I've just noticed I've got a thing over there. Goodness, everything's going wrong at once. Here we are. Okay. And I'm dying. The Room quote there. Anyone seen The Room? Probably not. No worries. So yeah, just hand working this tree. It takes so long, a lot of effort, but it was worth. It's definitely worth it overall. Whoa. Okay, what's going on there? Okay, my keyboard and mouse have failed me apparently. Gosh, this is upsetting. Why is this happening? Ah. Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry about that. I bought these new keyboard and mouse, and they're not performing as I would have hoped. In fact, for quite an expensive piece of kit, they're remarkably unreliable. I think I might have to send them back. That will work, I think. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's take out this little bit. And just bring this up a little. Something like that. Yeah, that's fine. So we got a couple more branches in there now. Let's see, I'm actually going to take a little bit more off here because it's just too chunky, too big. And let's whittle this down a little bit. This is also much too large. Take that out. corners off. Down there. Will be fine. And coming up here. Nice. Cool, cool. I don't like... I was thinking I would believe there's double 2 fingers there, but I don't like it. Not good. Cool, cool. And let's keep going. So we've got most of the base, most of this side now. So let's begin working up this way. This particular large branch. Tier 2 branch, I suppose, we've got. We've got big trunk, tier 2 branches, and then we've got tier 3 branches, etc. Maybe that's not the right term for them, but I don't know if there is a technical term for that. I don't think there is. It's a binary tree, I suppose, so it would be a 3rd level, 2nd level branch, 1st level branch. I don't know. Just gonna whittle a little bit down in there to kind of create this divide. And a little bit over here. Just smooth that in a little. See, what I'm gonna do is bring this around. Take a little bit out, and we take out a little bit here, I think. Definitely divide through here. This way. Through here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Looking good. Oh, gosh. I'm just going to grab another glass of water real quick. While reviewing this extremely large undertaking that I have undertaken. Gosh. Hello. I am back. So, these branches done. Yes, yes, yes. I'm working through this branch now. I remember. Base of this branch. It looks pretty good. Maybe you could use a little of a blend in there, and this one definitely could use a little bit of thinning at the base, I think. And in here. A little bit off there, and move this up. Yes, and around here we're just gonna shave off the corners as best I can. Cool, cool. Let's take through here a little. Take off the corners here. Nice. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. So since I've come all the way up to this section now, I might as well complete it. So let's just do that. Start down here, actually. Bum, bum. So Stay like that. Bring this down a little. Bring out, actually, let's bring out another one over here. Keep doing that same curl. I avoid doing the same curl again. Take out a little bit of a corner here. Really kind of narrow this bit down. And let's bulk out a little bit here because we're getting quite flat. And we will put a little bit back in. Bring in this along here. Oh, let's take that corner off here. Yes. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Way out to here. Nice. Still looking a little bit bulky though. That's a bit better here. Through here. Up here. Nice, nice. Yeah. It's cool. We're getting there now. We're really powering through. So, bulk out a little bit down here, take that corner off. This section looks good, let's play all the way around here. Bulk back up immediately. Break through here. That one out. Through here, get rid of those. I've been thinking, I was just thinking this is it's kind of a subtractive process here. We've got a tree that is bad using the world edit tools, and then it's a lot easier to make a tree that's bad look good than it is to make nothing look like a tree that's good. And I suppose that's where that's why Voxel Sniper is a great tool. It creates that kind of raw clay for you to work with, which is difficult to generate for oneself. Okay, bring this down here a little. All of these guys. I'm going to leave this as kind of a bit of a chunkier branch end there. Might take a little bit out of the bottom here. The corner, yeah. Let's take out maybe one more from there. Yes. Nice. That's working. Cool. Now this section of the branch. So let's try and blend that in a little more. Take that off. As kind of little branches. Let's do that. here. Pull that down a little bit. Over here, we're just going to take out a little bit of that. Clear a little bit of space there, and this will give us some room to work with. Yeah. So, see if we can get some more branches a little bit. Yes, nice. Oh, and this whole kind of square chunk here has to go. Down there. Yeah. Through here, get rid of that. That. Nice. So that's good, I think. And let's take out this. Yes. Like that, maybe. Yeah. So I think that chunk is done. So that's maybe. Oh, it's most of it done actually now. We just got this section to do. Create a more interesting shape there. And let's take a little bit out of here. We'll bring this kind of down into here. And kind of down here. Yeah. And like this. And in here, yes, nice. Oh, goodness. I'm determined to get this finished before I call it a day. I'm kind of hungry though. I feel a bit snacky. What's the time now? 34, so... yeah, I should be able to do it in the next kind of 10 or 15 minutes. Oops, I punched out a great block over there, but it's okay. Didn't really matter. They're a little... this can either become a branch or it can go, and I think I'm going to make it into a little branch. Guys can go. Blend in a little. Let's blend this in because that is ugly. Big square thing. Yeah. Back in there, like that. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, let's work around here. Just section. Oh. Get into a bit of a kind of a trance, which is sometimes what would happen when I'm doing the long time lapses. Just kind of get into a real kind of trance. Which is cool. I mean, that's a good way of building, I find. You know, just build. Bulk out a little there. here. There. And a little bit there. Take a little bit out. And we will clear a little bit out of the middle here. A little bit there. And I'll get rid of a little bit there. Over here. Trimming down these branches. And let's hit off a little bit at the bottom. Let's take out a little bit there. That instead. And here. Like this. Hi Yuri, how are you this morning? You're just catching me at kind of the end of this rather large tree build. I decided to go for a tree in the end after all, but not a tree with leaves, it's going to be a completely bare tree. Because I wanted to keep this kind of heath look, I suppose. Heath or moorland look. And it's just trimming off the edges a little bit. Take a little bit out of there. And off the bottom here. I'm usually only playing Minecraft. I have been known to play a couple other games, but mostly on this channel I'm doing Minecraft. I mean, maybe if there's a demand I could try something else, but certainly until, I mean, we don't have a whole heap of viewers, so I want to build the viewer base a bit on the Minecraft first, and then maybe in the future we could try something else. But I mean, this is something I know that I can do well, and I know my channel has been successful in the past with Minecraft, so I'm a believer that I can revive it using the Minecraft. Hi, 86-bit gamer from Twitch. That's the first time I've seen a comment from Twitch. Here is what I'm building. It is presently a big dead tree. And it is part of a larger build. I will have a quick fly around just to show you guys in case any of you haven't seen it before, and because I want to look. We've got this kind of canyon thing going on. It's not completely finished. This area is definitely finished. Well, volcano is a good idea, actually. Maybe we'll go for a volcano at some point, because I do like my smoke clouds, so we could try that at some point. Anyway, back to the tree here. So, I'm wondering how I'm going to kind of finish this build, because obviously it can't be, it can't go on forever and ever. So maybe I should make it into an island or something? That is an ugly ending to that branch. Let's not do that, considering that is the tallest branch here. Make it a little bit more interesting. Whoa. What happened there? So there's that. I do actually like the idea of a volcano. I'm just thinking where we could place it. I probably won't be doing that this morning, because I'm nearly kind of, well, I'm ready for breakfast at this point. I'm just trying to get this tree done, and then I'll probably be calling it a day. So there we go. Is that it? Is that it done? wonder whether there's more to be done. Yeah, no, I think that might be it, just done. Sure, I have been live streaming for 2 hours. That seems like a good time to be thinking about calling it a day. I do have things to be doing. Just gonna have a little bit of a push around. I do live stream almost every day. I might not be doing one tomorrow, but almost every day about this time I'm doing a live stream, so it's not as if there's a kind of a deficit. We don't have enough live streams from me. Yeah, it's looking good. I think we're ready, actually. Oh wait, I need to do the roots still. So let's go for the roots. I'll try and blend in a little bit, actually, here. So I want to get the roots in. So kind of... I'm gonna dye this whole thing in a different color. So this is not the final color. So that's fine to do that. Oh, we could have the root coming in here, actually, couldn't we? Down into that cave. So let's bulk out a little bit. We'll bring in here. We'll get a little bit of a root coming down into the cave here. It's quite a kind of a slow live stream, this one. Swedish purple guy. So it could be several days until I get around to building a volcano, to be honest. Like, these structures take a lot of time. So realistically, it won't be, certainly you won't be seeing it in this particular stream, I wouldn't think. Cool, so bring that down. Pyramids a bit... I kind of hate pyramids, actually. No offense to you, but I think pyramid is such a boring shape. I mean, I could build a pyramid very, very quickly, but it would look just a bit boring. It's not very exciting, is it? Just a big pyramid. I think a volcano is a much better idea. And certainly more fitting with this world. I'm wondering about whether I could make this into a survival, like not like an adventure map, just a map on which you can play. So like maybe I could get minerals and stuff in it, and basically turn it into a playable survival map where you could kind of set up a base or whatever, and then it could be. I'd have to import it into an actual Minecraft world, but that could be cool. Cool. I'm not really happy about the roots. Don't really know how to resolve them though. Yeah, not really sure what to do about the roots. Maybe I should kind of make them spread a little bit. Instead of just being kind of the one or two big chunky ones. Just gonna try that a little bit. Spread them out just a little. And maybe there. Okay. I think I'm ready to color it now. So I'm just going to swap it with... What is that? That can't be allowed to live. Okay, so let's come all the way down here. Pause one. Oops. And we're going to fly all the way to the other side. And we're going to grab a pos 2. And we're going to do replace 35 156. That is completely the wrong block. What is that block? Ah, stairs. Totally not the right block. Acacia. So it's 162. Oops. So let's do that. 162. And we'll need to set a specific number. It's not 4. 3. That's not good. What was that? Let's try 2. Okay, what the heck is going on there? What is happening? I don't understand. Why is that not working? 162. 162 4. That worked before. Okay, so a lot of these just are blank then, I guess. 162 12, is it? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Boom. Yeah, I mean, I think that's cool. Here we have a gigantic tree. This definitely needs to be whittled down a little. And maybe down here too. Yeah, cool. There's something wrong with it, but I don't really know what. It's the same problem as with all the other trees I've built. Something's wrong, but I don't know what it is. Okay, anyway, I think I'm going to call it a day at that. So I'm going to thank everybody for watching, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow around the same time. Unless I stream... Wait, I might not be on tomorrow, actually. I don't know. I'll see you when I see you. At the latest, it will probably be Monday morning, so in a couple of days' time. So... Bye-bye! How do I turn this thing off?